Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're gonna have a good look at the Raumdeuter row in Football Manager, and we are gonna be doing it based on stats, so stay with me. Alright, before we continue, we gotta go through this. Sorry, Raumdeuter in German means something like Space Explorer, Space Investigator. In an interview, I think it was 2016 or whatever, 2015, Thomas Muller was asked what is his role, what's he doing on the pitch, and he responded he's a Raumdeuter. So he is exploring space, he's finding ways to use space. This is what the Raumdeuter is. This is actually a great article. I'm gonna put it in the description down below. Check it out. A couple of interesting things. I want to point your attention to this sentence here. Guardiola said in an interview that Muller has lost more balls than any other Bayern player over the past 2.5 years. When he got in charge, he was trying to fit him in a system that is to the likings of Pep Guardiola, and he found one. So remember this, and let's move on. Okay, let's quickly cover the basics. The Raumdeuter is a role that is available only for your left attacking midfielder and your right attacking midfielder. It is only available on attack, and there are unfortunately a couple of lies in the description below. I want to point out first the correct things. It is correct that his main role is to find pockets of space in which to operate. It is correct that he is difficult for defenders to pick up, as he will often drift from his assigned position looking for any opportunity to exploit. This can result in quiet periods during which the Raumdeuter may neglect his defensive... A lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. I'm gonna show you why. And another big lie is that he is a white poacher. I'm gonna show you why. Now, these are the numbers from an experiment with Vinicius Jr. playing all roles on the left attacking midfielder and the right attacking midfielder side on attacking duty in a fixed setup. Each and every row in the table represents a single season of Vini Jr. playing either on the left or on the right in each and every attacking row available on that side, with himself playing on the opposite side as an inverted winger on attack, with himself playing as a striker as complete forward on support, as himself playing as attacking midfielder on support, with clones of Jude Bellingham left-footed and right-footed behind them as a DM, with Alaba clones as wingbacks on the left and on the right, right-footed on the right, and each and every row he played in 5 separate seasons. So these are the stats that we're seeing. And before you go on and ask why Vini Jr., the answer is because he's good in playing all the roles on the left and the right-hand side, except white target, but let's forget about that. The important attributes for the Raumdeuter are mainly the mental attributes. You need him to have great anticipation, great concentration, great decisions, amazing off-the-ball movement, and good ability to score a goal. Yeah, the concentration of Vini Jr. is not the best, but believe me, I have done this experiment with Erling Haaland, I've done it with Kylian Mbappe, I've done it with Musiala, and I've done it with Bellingham. And the results that we're gonna be seeing right now are consistent no matter the player. Now let's turn our attention to the stats and start with the biggest and the fattest lie. In terms of shots per 90, as you can see, the Raumdeuter is taking the least amount of shots alongside the advanced playmaker and the white target forward on attack. So white poacher, big lie. He's not taking enough shots to be a white poacher, not close enough to the inverted forward, the inverted winger, and the winger and trequartista. And as you can expect, it's the same story when we're turning our attention to the non-penalty XG per 90. He is below average. And while we're looking at the shots from outside of the box, he's not even in the first page. Now, the Raumdeuter is not going to be shooting from outside of the box. He's going to be trying to do something more with the ball. And now we can turn our attention to what that more with the ball is. And we're currently seeing the table sorted based on dribbles per 90. And as you can see, he's dribbling more than average, but only when he's inverted, when the right-footed Vini Jr. is playing on the left. Because when he's playing on the other side, on average, he has 2 dribbles less per game. And things keep on getting more interesting. He's creating above average chances per 90 when he's playing on the left side, and it's not a guarantee when he's playing on the right, as you can see. And he is having way above average key passes per 90. Now, with passes attempted per 90, it's the opposite. When he's playing as inverted Raumdeuter, he's attempting less passes when he's playing on the right side with his right foot, stronger right foot, and it is all the time average and above average. And as you already expected, this means one thing, that the Raumdeuter is above average compared to the other roles when it comes to expected assists. Now, something else that is very interesting, in terms of progressive passes, and progressive passes are the ones that are starting from your own half and the target is in the opposition half, he is up there, above average. But look at the company of an advanced playmaker, a winger, a trequartista, so you're kinda starting to get the story. The white poacher, forget about it, it's a lie, he's not a white poacher. That's why a lot of people don't like the Raumdeuter and say that it's a dead role and it's not doing anything. It's doing something, obviously, it's not that bad, but it's not a white poacher. He's not taking near enough shots, he's not near enough in positions to score as you would expect from a white poacher. If you want someone to score goals, use inverted forward on attack, and that's it. Now, the other thing that I pointed out as a lie, it was that he is someone that you should carry when defending. And as you can see in tackles per 90, he's around average and above average, but yet again, kind of interesting, when inverted, he is more involved in getting the ball back via tackles. And when we check the possession 1, he is also average and above average, nowhere near the trequartista who really you need to carry in defense. Now, I want you to remember what Pep Guardiola said about Thomas Muller. It was that he is losing the ball more than all of his teammates. And this is what the Raumdeuter does in game. Don't be surprised. This is possession lost minus the crosses, because crosses, wingers put in too many crosses and it's kind of skewing the stats. But when you see possession lost outside of the crosses, he is above average. So he's losing the ball. Why is he losing it? Partially because of attempting more passes, and when you on net do more passing, you're gonna be missing more passes. Doesn't mean it doesn't have a connection, direct connection with the passing percentage that you have, the success rate. But if you do more passes, you're gonna be making more mistakes. You're gonna be losing the ball more often. If you're doing more dribbles, what he does, you're gonna be losing the ball more often. And now, I'm pretty sure that this is now kind of painting the picture for you, but the final thing that I want you to see in this table is the assists per non-penalty goal. Now, this is something really interesting. Down in the description below, I'm gonna post a link to a Reddit thread that I started like a month ago, and there were a lot of people there sharing their thoughts and their experiences with the Raumdeuter. A lot of them were kind of having this, it's dead row, he's not doing anything, but one person actually turned my attention to this one. The Raumdeuter has one of the most interesting ratios between goals and assists, kind of balance. And as you can see, usually he has the same amount of goals and assists, or more assists than goals. So that's it. He is not a white poacher. He is something between an advanced playmaker who, when the situation arises, will find a position in the opposition box and will score a goal for you. He will participate in build-up. He will come back. He's not a trequartista. He will come back. He will participate in your defense. Maybe not as heavily involved as other roles, but he will be there. You don't really need to carry him. He's gonna be winning possession back. And that's kind of it in terms of stats. Now, let's move on. One thing that Thomas Muller said about himself in an interview is that he does not consider himself a striker. So, white poacher, someone that does not consider himself a striker. Thomas Muller actually said that he likes to operate behind the back of the opposition midfield, which means closer to them than to the defenders. And I want you to see this. These are the touches of the inverted winger on attack. You can see pretty easily he is kind of hugging the line and trying to be part of the build-up closer to the touchline, and then cut inside and get to the position box. While the Raumdeuter, look at his touches. Way more touches in the midfield. Check this. Check this cue. And in this sense, the heat map of the Raumdeuter makes sense now, right? It does. He is a playmaker. He is way more involved in build-up. and in moving the ball around, finding pockets of space where he or his teammates can be dangerous, instead of being someone that's just roaming between the wingback and the center half, trying to get in behind, trying to receive the ball in the box, trying to score a goal. No, 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 no. He is not your main goal scoring threat. Forget about it. If you think of him as more of a advanced playmaker that will be creating chances from situations where you need a bit of smartness, you need a bit of creativity, you need to think outside of the box and create something out of nothing and maybe score if the situation arises, then you're spot on. And you will be happy with using your Raumdeuters as they are. Embrace them as the role they are. Do not try to fit them in the idea of a white poacher that is gonna be like a trequartista or whatever kind of a striker. That being said, thank you very much for watching. Share your experience with the Raumdeuters in the comments down below. I'm really interested in seeing and listening from you. How do you use them? What are your thoughts on the role? If you missed the Secondo Volante guide, check it somewhere around here. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button and subscribe to the channel, and see you again. Bye bye.